All right, what's up, folks, and welcome to another episode of Heliocentric Contradictions, where we take some of the most ridiculous things that the globe believers uh, hold to be true and put them under a microscope for a little better scrutiny. Today, once again, we're going to take a look at NASA. And okay, so we're on NASA's website, nasa.gov, and this is an article from August 5th, 2015. It says, from a million miles away, NASA camera shows moon crossing face of Earth. A NASA camera aboard the Deep Space Climate Observatory, or DISCOVER, satellite captured a unique view of the moon as it moved in front of the sunlit side of Earth last month. The series of test images shows the fully illuminated dark side of the moon that is never visible from Earth. The images were captured by NASA's Earth Polychromatic Imaging Camera, or EPIC, a 4 megapixel CGD camera and telescope on the DISCOVER satellite orbiting 1 million miles from Earth. So this is supposed to be a video compilation of those pictures from a million miles away from the Earth, is what they're telling us. Okay, so from its position between the Sun and the Earth, DISCOVER conducts its primary mission of real-time solar wind monitoring for the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or NOAA. Convenient. All right, and okay, let's move on. EPIC maintains a constant view of the fully illuminated Earth as it rotates, providing scientific observations of ozone, vegetation, cloud height, and aerosols in the atmosphere. Once EPIC begins regular observations next month, the camera will provide a series of Earth images allowing study of daily variations over the entire globe. About twice a year, the camera will capture the moon and Earth together as the orbit DISCOVER crosses the orbital plane of the moon. These images were taken between 3:50 p.m. and 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time on July 16th, showing the moon over the Pacific Ocean near North America. The North Pole is the upper left corner of the image. It is the original orientation as taken by the spacecraft. Okay, let's just look at this part. All right, remember now what we're highlighting here. They said that what we're seeing here is basically the pictures all strapped together from this satellite from the span of 3:50 p.m. to 8:45 p.m. Okay, so that's 4 hours and 55 minutes. Let's say about 5 hours. Okay, so what we're seeing here is what they're telling us is this is a time lapse of all the pictures taken over the course of 5 hours. Now, do you see anything odd about this? Let's take a look at a time lapse that I did earlier this year. All right, so this time lapse right here is from earlier this year. I took this with my P900. Now, the way that time lapses work on the P900 is the setting that I use is set for 50-minute increments of recording. So what happens is the camera will take a picture every 10 seconds. And then at the end of the 50-minute cycle, it'll compile all the pictures and create a 10-second clip. So this particular clip right here, this is probably over the span of maybe 4 hours or so of footage strung together every 10 seconds, one picture, and then they're all strung together, and this is what you're shown. So this is what an actual time lapse looks like here on Earth. So now let's check out NASA and what they show us. So here it is again, and now I'll just pause it here. What I want you to pay attention to is the fact that the clouds aren't moving. The clouds aren't moving at all. You'll still see this little swirl right here. You'll still see this little opening here. It looks like the graphics department just took a flat layout of a surface of the Earth, a still shot, wrapped it around a ball, and then just called that good. I mean, you'll see that everything pretty much just stays the same. There's no movement. There's no changes in the shadows. The clouds are definitely not moving at all. So, that just shows you that it's just more CGI. So I mean, just watch it again. There it is. That's no motion. All right. It looks like the moon's just tethered to this one area. It's not really orbiting around the Earth. It's just kind of stuck in one spot, and they just programmed it to do so. So let's take a look at another actual real life time lapse from here in reality. So there's another one. I mean, obviously, what you're going to see here, you'll notice if you just look at the scenery, and then you look at the sky. Look at the scenery, look at the sky, and you'll notice that what's the only thing that's moving is the water, the sun, and the clouds. Okay, that's more evidence that the Earth is stationary above all. But I mean, it's obvious that the sun is what's moving, and then you'll also notice that the sun seems to shrink the further away that it gets. But some people still argue with that and scream about a solar filter. But yeah, you can pretty much tell. Anyway, but yeah, that's time lapse here on Earth. You can see how the clouds would actually move in the process of the time lapse. Okay. Now, NASA says that this particular time lapse of the moon transiting the Earth was taken over the course of about 5 hours, 4 hours, 55 minutes of pictures strung together. And this is what they came up with. All right. No clouds, no cloud movement. All right. There should be a whole lot more going on than that. A whole lot more. But that's, I mean, they trick you into believing that absolutely nothing's going on. You see, this is like a 4-hour time lapse that I took back in April. Okay. You can see all the cloud movement. You can see the stationary terrain there. All right. You see the sun moving. The clouds are moving. That's it. The Earth is stationary. All right, this is a whole nother thing, but you see, that's what reality shows you if you do a time lapse for 5 hours. Not this crap. All the clouds are staying in the exact same place. Come on, think about this. If you're actually believing this globe stuff, man, I really don't know what to tell you, because I mean, it's obvious. It's obvious nonsense. It's obviously fake. So I mean, once again, in reality, you've probably already seen this one. All right, it's the one from Alaska. But don't even pay attention to the sun. Don't worry about the sun. Just look at how much the clouds are moving. All right, this is reality. This is your life. This is the world that you actually live in. You don't have to go about believing these scientism priests to tell you what your reality really is, because I mean, you have the ability to interpret these things for yourself. You see all the movement here, and then when you get back to NASA stuff, you see nothing. You see a bunch of trickery. You see a bunch of fake stuff. I mean, here it is again. Here's NASA right here. I just showed you reality. So, but this is what people want. This is what people want. This is what people are addicted to. This is what people are indoctrinated with. There's no movement. How do you not know this stuff? Meanwhile, back in reality, we can see the sun moving across the sky. We can see the clouds moving like crazy. And this is real. Okay, I did this myself personally. I saw this with my own eyes. This is reality, people. Okay, the clouds are supposed to be moving. If anything, the clouds should be moving. So, I mean, that's just the reality of an actual time lapse, okay? But people are so stuck on this propaganda that we've all been brought up with. So it's like people are just hung up on this globe, hung up on this imaginary ball. Where are the satellites? Where's the ISS? Are there no stars in the background? It's just the blackness of space. I mean, really, we can't see any planets, no stars, none of all that spectacular stuff that's supposed to be going on, and all these CGI images that we're given. They told us that this is real. This is supposed to be real. It's on their website. They said they took these pictures and that this is a time lapse of the moon transiting the Earth, and this is supposed to be real, and this is what they want you to believe. Is that where you're at? You're still going to believe this crap? I can't deal with it, man. I can't. This is entirely too fake. I just can't deal with it. You know? This is ridiculous. The dead giveaway is that the clouds aren't moving. I mean, that's the smoking gun. That's a red flag. You tell me you see that. The clouds should be moving if that is a time lapse. I just showed you multiple time lapses on Earth while the clouds are moving. So, let me relax. Anyway, just wanted to put that out there. You gotta be seriously caught up in this indoctrination if you still believe in NASA. I mean, just after this. Because there's been so many other times that it's been put out there, even by NASA, even by admission, the things that they deceive us about. There's the guy saying that, the Earth is Photoshopped. There's the admissions that they can't go beyond low Earth orbit. There's so many other things that NASA has been busted doing. But this type of stuff, this is obvious. This is blatant. This is in your face. And if you believe it, I don't know what to tell you. You should be insulted because that's what they're doing. They're insulting your intelligence by showing you this. So that's all I got for this one. Just wanted to share that with you, share my insight, give you more to think about. Bottom line, if that's supposed to be a real time lapse, why aren't the clouds moving? Because it's fake. Be honest with yourself. Anyway, as always, be good to each other. Take care of yourself. Stay flat. I'll see you next time. Thank you.